Today, we will be discussing cosplay. Now, for some of the less knowledgeable, let me try to tell you what cosplay is. It stands for costume play, and it is a hobby that many partake in, young and old. Cosplaying characters from movies, anime, video games, just about from any kind of media. With the popularity in nerd culture rising, people have now been able to make a career about what once was a hobby for many. Today we're going to be talking about one of those career cosplayers. One who has been followed by controversy as well as praise, and that person is Momokun Cosplay. Momokun came into the notice of the cosplay community as the thick Samus cosplayer. Thick as in bigger but curvy. From the general population of cosplay enthusiasts, she was met with a decent amount of praise. The male fans loved her because she had a soft body, large hips, and a large bust that was very different from many other cosplayers who also did what is known as lewd cosplay. Lewd cosplay is essentially softcore porn. Many female fans looked up to her because she was a beacon of hope for larger girls to be praised and appreciated. Now, what did Momokun do to fuck that up? We will be discussing this in parts. Some of these might be small or nitpicky and just come off as just really too much, but they are included to paint the greater picture of why she became a lowbrow, while other cosplayers did not. At the beginning, she often claimed the negativity towards her was due to jealousy from others and general fat hatred by many in the community. And that could be possibly some of it, but this can be seen as a cautionary tale. A cautionary tale of what happens when you gain online popularity without modifying your behavior in public. What happens when you run away from criticism from your community and avoid addressing issues? This is a story of Momokun's cosplay career. First, before we start, nothing will be directed at Momo's body or her weight. That is a low blow, dudes. I would prefer if commenters also didn't add to the toxicity. It'll just give them fuel of victimhood, and things that is wrong with her is not the way she looks. I personally think she looks nice. Some other people might not agree. Also, some of this is word of mouth, so take it with skepticism. Alright guys, let's get into this. Momokun really launched herself into lolcow status when she was caught self-posting in an anonymous gossip message board. By Momokun posting about herself with some interesting choice in words, she really solidified herself as being viewed as a lolcow by those in the community. Let's read some of her posts about herself. This will give you some insight into the mindset of Momo, aka Mariah Malad. That cheap spandex suit has gotten me more attention than you'll ever get. Featured on IGN and Arta Wigs and got me connections with Funimation. The thing is, sweetie, yeah, I don't have a perfect body, but I have a good attitude and outlook on life, and that's why people work with me. Because say what you want, I'm still gonna get paid. I'm still gonna get paid every 1 month. I'm still being invited to conventions. I'm still getting photographers offering me shoots all over the place and dying to shoot with me. And I'm still giving back to the community. And no matter how much you hate on me or hate what I do, I'm always going to be happy I'm doing what I love, and that keeps a smile on my face. So please, by all means, pound your little fingers into the keyboard as hard as you can and cry as much as you want about me, because I'm too busy cashing my checks and flying to conventions across the country while you sit wherever you may be wanting about a person you don't even know, complaining about things that don't really matter. But that's none of my business. One thing to know about these anonymous forums, never post in them. Reveal your identity. Mariah. And here's the other post I screen capped. Good luck with your raging insanity and fucking stupidity. Unlike you, my shitty cosplays will actually take me somewhere, while no one will ever know your name. LOL. How pathetic. So the first and obvious problem people had with Momokun over her career is her constant need to lewd everything. When I say lewd, I mean skimp it up. That's the best way I can say it. Whether you find this annoying or you are into this, if you want to see a slutty Wario farting, that's up to you, man. But Mariah's need to make everything about her boobs and her butt became an annoyance to some in the community. Although that is something that people criticize her for, the main issue that is somewhat valid is her lewding up Kana from Dragon Maid. You see, the character in question is an underage-bodied individual. She is apparently thousands of years old, but according to the wiki on the series, Kana is 8 to 9 years old in the human registry. She is also portrayed as very young. Early on, when Mariah was planning to cosplay this character, commenters begged her not to lewd her, and Momo at first said she wouldn't. Right here in this picture, she says she's going to lewd the adult version of Kana, not the underage one. Momo changing her mind even when it comes to things that are arguably morally wrong is a common thing. Soon we got comments from Mariah about Kana's thighs and then an ass shot of the little girl. People were not happy with this and definitely gave her some backlash and fan loss. Here's someone on Twitter saying, Absolutely. I got some questions right now, actually. Why do you find it necessary to sexualize a child? Your little, she's 1,000 years old in dragon years argument is so disgusting. The specifics don't matter because Kana is literally portrayed heavily as a child in the show. She goes to elementary school. Sorry if I say this word wrong. Toru refers to her as a child. She looks and acts like one. What happened to not lewding a child, Mariah? I'm not gonna lewd Kana. Proceeds to stick her entire booty ass out in a Kana cosplay. Alcoholic drink. Even her Reddit was pretty much not happy with this. And she looted the lolly. Sexualizing Kana is pretty fucked up, no joke. Here's some more outrage from it. Montage. And she even danced in a bikini with the Kana wig and horns on her live stream. Momo had to have known she would receive this backlash. We can only assume why she did this, but my guess is it's for attention, and she did talk about this in a Q&A video she did, and she said she thought it was funny and admitted it to being wrong, and she wanted to use this as kind of a learning lesson. But it is arguable that she did learn from this as we keep going. Alright, on to the other controversial part of Momo's career. Body positivity. So although many people saw Momokun, aka Mariah Mallet, as a body-positive, plus-size cosplayer, people have found reasons to say she is not. People had noticed old posts of hers that insulted girls' bodies. Here are some old posts from people who were on her Facebook. They are perhaps not relevant, but here she says, 4 things about the person I hate. She's fat and disgusting. Next it says, you can either die fit or die fat, your choice. People have also seen her insulting other girls' looks. This is another old Facebook post, but here, I'm removing my ugly friends, so if you're moved, you're ugly. And then one of her friends says, I'm fucked. And then Mariah says, it's a joke, but I did remove this one girl that I just added because she was hideous. Here's something a little more recent. So a girl on her public Facebook page tells her to kill herself. I know that's never right to do. You should never tell someone to kill themselves, no matter what. The girl was definitely in the wrong for that. But Momo proceeds to post a not flattering picture of the girl from her profile, so that means she went into the girl's profile. And if you can't tell why she did that, it was so all her fanboy white knights can go after this girl for not being as hot as Momo. And I'm censoring the girl's face in this because I don't feel comfortable with that. There was also a person who came out and claimed she knew Mariah in high school and revealed to fans something Mariah probably didn't want to share. Let's go through the post. So this person says, in before, Momokun Cosplay throws a fit about bullying even though she bullied me and all other nerdy kids in high school. She didn't like weebs. She talks about how she's loved cosplay, anime, video games, etc. Yet in high school, every Halloween, she was like a cat or some shit, and I never saw her at any of the local cons. Peculiar. She told me her excuse was, I was trying to fit in with the popular kids, except the popular kids were really nice and typically nerdy. And then the girl also says, she's the reason I ended up homeschooling. I dreaded going to school because she was so awful to my group. And then come to find she's a cosplayer now. Whoa. And then this alleged victim ended up messaging Mariah on her Facebook, and to summarize it, I'm just gonna show it on the screen. Mariah denied knowing her, the girl tried to get her to admit it, and even dropped the location of the school, and was like, you're the Mariah Mallard who went to this high school, right? So, I don't know if it's true what she's saying, because I don't know where Momo went to high school, but the real kicker is Momo's apology. She does this backhanded apology thing always. I'm sorry you felt that way. If there's anything I can do to make up for it, let me know. I'm not asking you at all for you to feel bad. I was given an explanation. Explanations can help solve problems. If you feel that way about me, that's fine. I'm sorry that I've caused you to have these feelings towards me. I hope they one day change. I'm sorry you feel that way. Now, people do change from high school. That's really true, but I saw a post from Mariah that was essentially saying, I'm going to put it on the screen, but she was saying something like, be careful who you call nerdy and fat in high school. So, if this is true, and considering the girl dropped the high school name, I'm thinking it could be true, she's lying to her fans. The big reason people say Momo is not body positive is because she got lipo. This might really seem petty, as you can be body positive while still changing your own body, but 1, it does send a certain kind of message to big girls who looked up to her, and more importantly, 2, she lied about it. During the time of the lipo saga, she was posting workout pics like she was losing weight through hard work, saying she was not getting lipo. Here's a post from her saying, I was 209 a little over a month ago, 177 pounds now, Been dieting and exercising again. Thank you for the motivation. I feel great. This person goes, how the fuck did you lose 30+ pounds in a month? Explain. And then later on in the conversation, somebody already pointed out the dots on her body. She's been getting liposuction. Yeah, but I'm inclined to think people are especially deluded or extremely unfamiliar with lipo stars. Eventually, Momo did admit to her getting lipo in a video, but that was after her cos friend outed her on Twitter. You can have your own opinion about it, and people are saying she recently got lipo again. I don't have a confirmation for that, but there's that. She might have gotten lipo twice now. And she can do what she wants, but lying to your fans is a problem people have had with her. This is the most nitpicky section of this video, but I felt it needed to be addressed as a lot of people bring this up when talking negatively about Mariah. So let's continue. So Momo has quite an extensive life on Twitter. Well, she did. She has been banned not once, but twice. Let's explore some of her rudeness on Twitter and why people decided that she was not a positive artist in the community any longer. Now, because of some older tweets, Momokun got banned for the first time a while back. She was targeted by a Twitter user called ThreatSlayer. This Twitter user often goes after people he doesn't like. The tweets that he used to get her banned are really old, and it is weird to be banned for that, but let's read a few of them. And I want to avoid to use the N-word, which she does in these tweets. And she's pretty liberal with using derogatory words in her tweets. Wouldn't mind going to jail the rest of my life for murdering this bitch, just to see the look on my dad's face. I'm more twisted than people think. I hope this bitch gets fucking slit open and smashed by a truck, eyes gouged out, ripped apart, the works. No, fuck you, twig bitch. We don't want your drama-filled ass. Hashtag stay away. At Anime Clips, later I gotta roast a bitch real quick for hating my cosplay. I hope you fucking rot in hell, you stupid cunt. Pretty eyes and a cute smile is all a girl needs. What if she's fat with lopsided boobs? The fuck? Who is this piece of shit? I'll fucking shoot this bitch in the head and drag her around like a prize dumb bitch. Now after getting banned / suspended, she violated TOS again when she made a new account, getting her banned once more. Some people think it's because of this tweet here where she offers to supply a hater with bleach to consume. I need bleach for your eyes or to ingest. Either or, I'll go get it for you. But it's most likely because of the terms of services. This is from Twitter. If you attempt to evade a permanent suspension by creating new accounts, we will suspend your new accounts. Let's look at some other tweets from this woman that really bothered people and continued the general dislike she received. Oh, here's one. She doxed a guy. Someone criticized her cosplay here and she responds by saying, how hard is it not to be a raging cunt? There is this series of tweets. I'm not gonna read them all out, but I'm going to summarize it here that I thought was very telling of her kind of personality. There is a series of tweets with fans about the anime Devilman Crybaby. She is really rude to the people over the potential gay relationship between two characters. According to the comments, the ship between these two men are gay. If that is true, Mariah certainly shows her ass here, and I've seen some evidence that there's actually some kind of romance. And she apologizes in the end, knowing that she kind of messed up. Here she throws shade at a cosplayer, which is rather petty as a public figure in the community where anti-bullying is seen as an important topic. And now for a montage of some stuff because I can't read every one of them. So there has been multiple reports of Momokun being rude to those in her community, whether it be from con-goer encounters, fellow professional cosplayers, or photographers. These are all accounts from people, so if you want to take their word for it, you can. Or you can cast your own doubt. Let's look at fan encounters and interactions first. And before we can even get into personal experiences with Momokun, I'd like to point out this video here.
I see the person with my thing!
Mariah pays for her life with cosplay, meaning her profession is cosplaying. I'm pretty sure racial slurs at work would get most people fired. She tried to claim that she was trying to say one of May's lines, but I don't recall her saying that. Oh, okay, there it is. One person tweets their own personal experience without adding Momo, and they say, although at one of my friend's photo shoots, a big-name cosplayer proceeded to kick a part of my costume, not once, but twice, with plenty of room to walk around her. We're all in this hobby together doesn't mean you get to break someone's costume because you have more followers. And Momokun even responds to this not being added, which kinda says some guilt to me at least. And she said she didn't mean to, but girl, really? No one added you. So here's another post. She's been a total bitch to me and a couple of my friends on separate occasions. She snubbed me when I tried to get a photo with her after she had already taken photos with a group of other people. And I would have been fine with it if she had said, no, I'm busy, have to go, or I'm tired at the moment. Instead, she looked me up and down, judged me, and said, no, while stifling a laugh, then just walked away. The dude who was holding my phone for me to take a picture was just shocked at her behavior. I didn't even know who she was, it was just a Mei cosplayer from Overwatch and I wanted to fire an ice pick. She slapped the ass of one of my friends and made some very lewd comments about his butt and propositioned him in front of his girlfriend. And that same day, she apparently took out a bullhorn and shouted a bunch of fake Chinese words going, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know how true this picture is. My friend told me he got a pic with Momokun at AX, and she didn't smile because he wasn't paying her on Patreon. This person here was saying, I've literally never done anything to Momokun in my life, except maybe run into her twice at conventions. I don't understand why I'm getting such hostility from her. This Chell girl, she was in an earlier screen cap, she's calling her a fucking lunatic, and what Momokun is saying is, you sit there and bitch about how you offer free content lewds like GG, showing your asshole for free and getting an attitude with us, LOL, no. And Mariah posted like a big conversation she had about another cosplayer, and this was all because this cosplayer posted that she had a negative experience with Momo, and she said something, this is I think where she's addressing her, she says, unfortunately a lot of people take her words seriously just because she has a large social following. I've already seen the side effects in Vegas, and I can only see it getting worse going forward and spreading. So you don't need to call her out, you don't need to fight her, or even approach her. Hell, you can even be friends with her. But I hope if you guys hear about the shitty things she's claiming, you'll set the record straight, and I hope the friends I have on here know that I'm not the kind of person she makes me out to be. And this is the person who posted this. They said, at Mariah Mallard, it was a filtered private Facebook post that you made public to start drama. Sorry, not feeding into it. Have a safe flight home. And then Mariah says, dude, just leave me alone. Keep my name out of your mouth and stop spreading shit. You toxic, just stop. Some other person says, low-key chuckling, Momokun tried to start beef with me a few months ago for no reason. Didn't even know who she was. And even her friend told her to stop being dramatic. And as I write this script, apparently her old friend, I think her name is Nana Bear, old cosplay friend, very talented, I saw some of her pictures, has come forward through a friend telling everyone that Momo caused her to quit cosplaying and her deleting all her social media. The person in question posted their conversation with screen caps between her and Nana, but let me read the post that summarizes all of it. So they wrote, she doesn't know I'm posting these things, but it needs to be brought to everyone's attention. I'm friends with a certain cosplayer. She and I go way back. I know for a fact she deleted her accounts because of Mariah being awful to her. Like the fact that she missed her wedding because she decided to have lipo the same weekend, in a whim, when she RSVP'd and had 2 months notice. She also dealt with Mariah telling her she needed lipo, and to correct herself, she had so many issues. Being stranded at a Greyhound station when she swore she would pick her up, made her Uber, and that was a $60 Uber, and she even ditched her at the con when she felt sick. She ended up passing out, and a stranger walked her to her hotel, even paid for the Uber. A stranger had to do it because she wouldn't. I brought all these issues once on my personal Facebook and Twitter, but I had to delete because it gave her major anxiety thinking she'd buried with many countless people Mariah has burned. I think people need to know Mariah bullied someone into leaving the community. So yeah, they posted the conversations that were personal, and we know it's Nana because Nana posted after the con that she passed out at the convention and no one helped her. And that's really important, and I should go more into it, but she bullied Nana Bear, who was really talented out of cosplaying. Next is her drama with photographers. Momokun also has a history with photographers she has worked with. So sometime around last year, Momokun got called out by a photographer that shot with her as her Lust cosplay. The photographer posted caps of Momo, asking him to Photoshop the photos thinner, and the photographer said no, and when Momo asked for the raw files of the images so she could edit them, he refused her, so she blocked him. Here is a conversation she had with the photographer, where she asked him to get her thinner, and from what I've heard from photographers, I'm not one, they do not give out raws. This is their work and how they wanted it to look, and he even says that in the conversation. Note, this is a photographer that shot her for free. Upon releasing these messages, apparently Momo went on a long rant video spree on social media. People hounded Mariah about crediting the photographer. Mariah deleted the entire comment thread about it, while the photo is still up with no credit. And according to this post here from a photographer that I know worked with her, she's apparently a nightmare to work with, so let's read this. So I'm not the type of person to tell someone that I will never work with them or be outright mean to them. But Katsucon this year, I had to tell a nasty racist cosplayer that I would never work with them and that I have better people to shoot with. Someone known for doing horrible things to people does not deserve to be within any media kind of light, except for exposing them for who they are. Now finding out that there has been more added to this person's list of things they've done, I feel much better that I did. Don't ask me names, I won't go further than most of you know who I'm talking about. Now, another thing that irks people about Momokun is that she doesn't make her own cosplay. That really isn't the real issue. The real issue is that she takes credit for other people's work. Not crediting people seems to be a theme for Mariah. I got a lot of this from screen caps from a Tumblr documenting Momo sketchiness. I will link it down below. Thank you. I will be directly quoting it here. So sometime a while ago, she released some cosplay progress pictures. While updating her followers on the progress for her Beekeeper May costume, Mariah posted this picture of the neck piece. She doesn't outright claim it's her work, but she also does not give credit to anyone who made these pieces. About a day later, she posts the same piece again, saying she added highlights to it. Again, there is no credit for whoever made it, letting her followers assume it was her. On the same day, it was revealed that another cosplayer by the name of Korean BBQ, aka David, Snapchatted this exact neck piece, saying he made it. Korean BBQ and Mariah were friends and worked together on various other pieces, mostly Korean BBQ making many of her armors for past cosplayers. Just last month, they had a very public split, which we'll get into later, which resulted in Korean BBQ removing his social media, or so people thought. People were unsure if this was legit, since the cap does not show any username or other proof that it was Korean BBQ Snapchat. However, people who are friends with Korean BBQ or who have friends or are friends with people close to Korean BBQ did their own investigation. It was then confirmed by various sources that Korean BBQ made this piece, as well as a pair of gloves. Upon realizing that Mariah had posted a picture of the neck piece and did not credit Korean BBQ, people started asking questions on her Facebook post. At first, Mariah claims she made the pieces, but when pressured more about it, full-on admits Korean BBQ made it. Mariah also claims she did credit him on her Instagram story. However, others that follow her say that is a lie. I can't confirm since I don't follow her. However, and this is from the Tumblr, this is their point of view. However, even if she did, giving him credit in a story is not sufficient. These stories are deleted in 24 hours, while the Facebook, Instagram posts remain up without the credit. Credit should be given across all platforms. And out of the me copying from Tumblr, but I'm giving credit. I'm going to link them below. Here's a discussion between Korean BBQ and a friend on the matter. This is Korean BBQ, aka David. Yeah, she wanted me to make the neck piece and the gloves. Did she post about them already? The neck piece already, yes. That was quick. She told me she repainted it though to match the rest of her stuff. I spent so much time on it. Boy, you gonna cut ties with her? She's toxic. Hopefully once I finish what's left of the commissions. No, not hopefully. You will, because she's just that toxic for you. So, with the guy Korean BBQ, the one who made her cosplay pieces, well, let's get into Momo running this guy off the internet. So she ran this guy off the internet around July 2017. Here, let me recap this in the quickest words possible, because we're going to be here forever. Apparently, they were hooking up, Korean BBQ and Mariah. And Korean BBQ didn't want to pursue a long-time relationship with Mariah, so she went nuts on Twitter, claiming he didn't want her because she was too fat, all this stuff. She proceeds to post constantly. She does an Insta story ranting on him, and she even posts a picture that is very easy to figure out who she's talking about. See this picture? She had this picture posted before without the X. So for anyone who follows her, they'll know who it is. Because she has posted videos with him, they've done cosplays together, she's tagged him before. And so obviously, with all of Momo's white knights, the guy fled off the internet. All because he didn't want to date her. So Mariah had a past with doing charity streams and other charity stuff, including charity prints. She has bragged about this, but there are details that are rather sketchy. Her first charity was for hurricane relief, and here's a conversation on Twitter about people bringing up issues with it. Shout out to Mariah Malad for having people donate to her under false pretenses. That's called fraud. Mariah responds, "What are you talking about? What false pretenses?" Then the person says, you literally said the proceeds of the shoot is going to charity, then said it wasn't. So which is it? I really have to thank Momokun Cosplay, the Tumblr, because they really explained this for me. According to the Momokun Cosplay Tumblr page that I referenced earlier. So this is what it says, and I'm quoting this word for word. So full credit to them. About 2 months ago, Mariah started multiple charity projects for various different causes. The first being a print set where the proceeds would go to hurricane relief. The second being a charity stream for victims of the Las Vegas shooting. TLDR, she was very slow and very unprofessional setting all of these charity projects up. 2 months have passed since her first stating the prints would go to charity, and they're still in pre-order. A month has passed with her not continuing the stream to reach her goal. Because of this, people have been upset, and also because she kept giving different dates for when she would continue the stream. Finally, Mariah tweeted towards the end of October that she would try to stream a few more times, and if she did not meet her goal of 2,500 by the end of the month, she'd donate the rest herself. Here's from her. She says, I'm going to try to do the charity stream a few more times before the end of the month. If we don't reach the goal, I'm going to donate the rest. Despite her saying she'd just donate the rest if she didn't reach the goal, 3 days later she tweeted that she won't be able to stream because she has to finish cosplay for BlizzCon, with no mention of donating the money. This is her tweet saying, I don't think I'll be able to do the stream the next 2 days. I'll try my best, but I gotta finish my Punk Watch May. Ooh. And oh, here's some comments from it. Someone says, I'm going to need the exact date at this point. You're being highly unprofessional. You've scammed so many fans by trying to gain sympathy. The people suffering don't have time to wait for your cosplays. Donate the money you've made so far with a screenshot so we know. It seems that Mariah kept changing the time for when she planned on going through with it. She changed her tune again and said she donated on November 2nd, since that's apparently when she started the campaign. Here's some responses to her saying that. They say, where the fuck is the donation money, Mariah? If you haven't yet, report her to Twitch. She did get banned from Twitch. And this is her response. What are you talking about? The money is being donated tomorrow. That's the end of the campaign. 1 month. I started October 2nd. Back to the Tumblr post. After days of no news, again, someone asked when she'd be donating the money. And once again, she changed it to when she got back from BlizzCon. The Tumblr points out that it's very easy to donate money. Finally, after a week of loitering outside of BlizzCon, Mariah posted she donated the money. She donated $2,500 to Las Vegas victims. That at least concludes the charity stream. For the prints, however, that's still up in the air, and I still don't know about that, so. And then the Tumblr says, I've said this in every post about this charity bullshit, but please don't fucking donate through her. It took her a month to donate the streaming money, and all she had to do was put her card info into the website. If you want to donate $15, then donate $15 to the charity. Do not be scammed by her. And I think I think personally, doing these charities to encourage people to donate money is a great thing. I have not seen an update on her other charity, which the Prince one, I think it might still be. If anyone knows about that, please comment. I did look up kind of rules for charity streaming. So at least with streaming, I couldn't find rules because there were no rules. But from somebody who said this on Reddit, I'll put the screen cap here. They said the best practice is to donate the money immediately and show proof because there's no reason you can't just send the money and show that you did it. Mariah at least was not being forward or most respectable, and this is her full-time job. But you can take this as you want. And here's some posts that were commenting on the sketchy behavior of her charity. This is from the Facebook post that was right around when the big drama with her sexual assault thing came up. I remember she banned anyone who commented on how she never mentioned anything about the donations for the Las Vegas shooting after her goals were met. LMAO. She's only mad because they're right. LMAO. Yeet. LMAO. Fuck, I didn't know she did that too. All I knew was she did a fundraiser with prints for Hurricane Harvey and never donated it or sent out prints. Yeah, dude, it's fucked. I was skeptical until I was banned for pointing it out. She said she was going to donate the funds, which changed to her claiming she'd do it after a con she's supposed to attend. Then the amount she said she had gotten for the charity changed in the middle of her backpedaling about swearing that she wasn't using said funds for the con instead of donating it like she agreed upon. Then, nothing. A bunch of people asked for receipts, and she went on spree to shut them all down and cover up. So I wasn't the only one! Holy shit, she's pathetic. She did talk about her donations and profits in her Q&A video, so watch that. But yeah, the Tumblr did a really good outline of that, so thank you, Momokun Tumblr. Now on to the next topic. So not crediting artists who do cosplay work is not the only artist that Momokun rips off. There are two major accounts of Momo stealing work from other creators and claiming them as her own. The first creator is MyAppa and their Red Riding Hood costume design. You can see the comparison between these two and same. MyAppa was not at all happy to find their design taken by Momo and contacted her quickly. Here's the post that one person alerted MyAppa to this stealing. They said, "Can you do something about this? That's your design she stole." Then they gave her the Facebook page, and then she posted a comment on that. Momokun tried to backtrack with this, and she ended up losing a friendship with another creator named Onips. The friendship that was ended and the conversation between Momokun and Onips really summarizes why the stealing of my appa's art is horrible and how much Momo deceived people. And this conversation was released publicly by Onips, so let's look through the parts that are about my appa. So Momo says, and the whole red thing is like, what? You can't copyright fashion. And they never got back to me, so I had another girl make me something similar, but not exact. People just try too hard. Onips, her input is, these things you call inspiration are complete ripoffs. Even you must see that. I refuse to believe you don't. I know you're better than that. The Riding Hood one is identical. You have to change probably at least 65% to claim it as original. And with the red, she is similar, but we changed the beige to white, and changed the corset and length and other details to make it different, but it was absolutely the design Lauren was working off of. We contacted the lady to make it, but we didn't hear back from her. And I was on a timeline, so I needed to get it done ASAP for the shoot. So I went with Lauren, and she let me know that it was okay as long as we changed things. I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking differently. I enjoy seeing others' point of views. And then she says, well, I never called it original. I said it was inspiration from my appa. It's not really original because it looks similar to it. I definitely am not saying it's an original idea at all. I wanted to look at them. Also, clothing cannot be copyrighted. I made sure I discussed this with Laura firstly. So Onips points out to Momo that there is a copyright disclaimer, and Momo says, with the appa, I didn't even read the disclaimer. I didn't know there was one. There absolutely is creative license, but I went ahead and asked other fashion designers if it was an acceptable thing to be made as long as it wasn't exact. From what I was told, clothing cannot have a copyright, or something that is public domain cannot either. The problem with this is that Momo did try to contact her, and she knew that she was copying her design. Another artist's work Momo stole was this cowgirl cosplay that she did, which looks exactly like a character from a hentai called Milk Party. Funny enough, at first when Momo did the outfit, she credited the hentai. Before we get into that, here's someone who actually did a cosplay and referenced it and said, this is my Milk Party cosplay. Now, for some reason, she's saying, this is my original OC, please don't steal. She even copied a pose from the original hentai. Mariah, come on! Trying not to be catty here, but she's like, that's the same pose. Again, the conversation between Onips and Momo, I'm going to use this to kind of discuss how much Momo fucked up. It describes it so perfectly. Onips did a great job. Momo says, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from a design and making something similar but not exact. That's kind of what cosplay is. Then Onips says, Mumu is a character that you backtracked on and made into your own OC after it was originally a cosplay of a character from a hentai manga. Sonoko has a cowgirl skin, but that's different between saying something is a cosplay and acknowledging a copyright of a character and then adding horns and calling it an OC. It doesn't work that way. Well, think about it this way. There's no problem in creating a cowgirl character that happens to look like a hentai character by accident, but to explicitly say you're cosplaying it and then turning it into your own character is theft. However, if you change your design up way more than just adding little horns, you could definitely call Mumu your own. She literally said she was cosplaying the character and then was like, now it's my own character. So on to the next part of the art stealing. Momo has this phrase called lewds not nudes, something like that. But she's been called out from stealing it from other fetish models. The one that we're going to talk about is SSS Succubus. Sorry if I say that wrong. Here's them acknowledging this, and this is all within the light of everything going on recently. This person on Twitter says, the slogan belonged to SS Succubus and is on her website. Anyone who has been her fan for the years she has done modeling work knows this is her motto. I'm not okay with staying silent on the issue of theft by @Mariah Mallard. And as Swimsuit, aka SS Succubus, Swimsuit Succubus says, I assume the slogan was a coincidence because at the time so many others were co-opting the phrase lewds in reference to their non-nude erotic photos. Something like that won't hurt my business, but the other cases of copying are hurtful to the artist and can't be ignored. So she's kind of taking the high ground here. You're completely avoiding the most important issue here. Let's look at how you stole a copyrighted design from a small-time creator and also thought you could steal a popular hentai character and it wouldn't catch on eventually. Swimsuit Succubus' statement, I find legitimate, but you think you can use that one statement for everything you've done here. It doesn't prove anything else. Try again, love. Girl. Alright, that's the end of that. On to the next subject. So now into the events that caused the hashtag Momokun is cancelled to trend. So before Anime Expo, which is a huge anime convention, happened this year, the year of 2018, someone contacted a company that she was working with. she had an event set up with them for a meet and greet. So the group Creators Guild said, glad to be working with Mariah Mallard again for Anime Expo Days 1 and 3. Someone responded, are you aware that she sexually assaults people at conventions? Which they responded, thank you for your concern. Creators Guild does not condone violence or harassment, both physical and verbal, from either cosplayers or regular individuals. If there was an incident of this kind, we wish to hear it directly from that person involved. This spurred a whole big mess. So Bunny Ayumi came forward because of this. She says, sexual harassment should not be dismissed. It is not easy to come forward, but I've gained the courage to speak up. At AX last year, Momokun slapped my ass in front of a large crowd of people without my permission after I had just met her. K-Bear then says, I usually keep my mouth shut, but since I realize I'm not alone, I feel like I will say something. Mariah has also touched me without my permission. When we first met at Otakon Vegas, I pulled my top down while I was in cosplay and exposed my nipple in a bathroom full of people. Here's another post that says, this wouldn't be my first time meeting Momo. At ALA, I was doing classic bare legs Robin. I don't mind my friends touching my thighs, but at a hotel party she straight up dug one hand between my ass and the other on my bulge and ran off laughing. And like the whole party accidentally touched me or pushed her ass against me when I was on wall going, oops. Like I told people at the party and they're all like, oh, that's just Momo. She's playing, don't be sensitive. Here's another post I found. After some pushing from my friends, I wanted to say that Momokun did the same thing to me as we're hearing about now. At ColossalCon last year during the day, I was booty dancing with one of my friends at our villa, hanging out with a large group of people I knew. She was the only one I didn't know, and we hadn't been introduced yet. My friends and I were dancing and I was turned in another direction. She put a megaphone up to my pussy to make fun of me. I didn't realize it until she literally put it so hard against my pussy. I felt it and stopped, turned around, looked at her in complete disbelief and said, what the fuck are you doing? Stop that. I don't know you, don't do that. She gave me a look like I was nuts and never even introduced herself to me, or apologized, despite hanging out in the villa with the rest of us for the rest of the evening. I felt humiliated and hurt, and it ruined my mood for the evening. Although, for some people you might just say, these are just some claims from some hateful people on Twitter. But there is video evidence of her touching someone without permission right here. So feel like that as you may, there's evidence of this. And considering there's so many people coming out about this, and SS Succubus doesn't really need her help. She earned a lot of money on a GoFundMe to get in, I don't know how to pronounce this, but she did like a lewd game. She doesn't need to bank on Mariah's fame for her. So take it as you want, but that is the sexual assault cases, and hopefully everyone who's been hurt, I hope you guys are okay.
Sometimes I get a little like crazy, and I think a lot of it has to do with like having ADHD and like not being able to control myself sometimes.
Closing time! Anyways, so that really sums up Momo's career as best as I can personally do it. If I got anything wrong or missed anything you find to be important, please let me know. I don't really want Momo to lose her career. I just wanted to point out that she's been looked down upon by the community for a while now, not just because of sexual assault stuff. Some of them might not be the most valid things, some things might be just haters. You can decide as a viewer if you think she should deserve those other things. Let this be a cautionary tale. With Momo, she gained a career and a following. That seems to have gone to her head, and whether it be laziness or maliciousness, she did not go about her small fame well. I really think it is a common theme in many of those who are considered locals, the theme of them not being careful of what they put out there on the internet. Before the whole sexual assault controversy, if Momo had just simply respected other artists, their space, and their work, she would not have painted a target on her own back. That being said, I cannot defend her stripping and touching other cosplayers like she did. I hope Momo learns from this, betters herself, and doesn't blame ADHD for her behavior. And maybe I'm being nicer to her because she's a girl and there is a double standard, and I apologize if I do that.